It just dawned on me. I forgot a burn yesterday. I was having trouble loading one of the videos. I was getting rather agitated. And then it dawned on me that I hadn't finished Tim's list, so I'm going to do it right now. Tim is having a pretty good run in the year 2020 for us. I was looking at his stats from July and August. He is got a pretty good run on right now, so we're going to try and keep that going. We'll start with the list. Captain's Made is in the Stallion Series on Wednesday. Now, I talked to Tim. He said, listen, Aaron's going to book off the filly to drive Chris Beavers. Can you drive her? She's in the first. So it's kind of screwed up what I was planning on doing. I was planning on driving a rental car to Indiana, then getting a flight back. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, I'm only in race 11, 13, and 15. That should be fine. Then he called and said about a Captain's Made in the first race. I said, oh, whoa. I'll tell you what we'll do. Put Mark McDonald on Captain's Made. That will suit me a lot better than rushing around trying to get there for race 1 and then waiting till race 11. I'm going to take my time and get to the Meadows on Wednesday for race 11. Captain's Made can be driven by Mark McDonald. He is related to me. My younger, uglier, richer brother. So, Captain's Made Indigo Wednesday, race 1, Stallion Series, big first stake race ever for Captain's Made. Johan is also racing. He's racing on Monday, trying to get him back on track. He slid a little bit. He raced terrible his last 2 starts. See if we can get this guy back on track. I'll Play It Alone has turned out for another couple of weeks. We'll bring him back up, start him up. Our goal, our point is to have him ready for October 1st. Like to see that class slow down at the Meadows. He could have a real good run for 6 to 10 starts at the Meadows, a real good run without having to move classes very much. So if we can get him on a good streak, he's worth money if we want to sell him, or we can just watch him race. But I'll Play It Alone. He'll come back in for, I would say, before the second week of September is over, and we'll have him ready to go October 1st. Stonebridge Simba has been racing absolutely fantastic for Tim. He's been doing a great job with this horse. He was actually a little flat last week, but still ended up 4th. He is in to go on Monday also. Sunshine's Finest is sold. We sold him the other day in the sale, after the sale. So Sunshine's Finest is gone. Brett McDonald, who drove Sunshine's Finest a little bit, I believe, definitely schooled him a couple of times. He bought Sunshine's Finest. So although we sold him in Ontario from the Meadows, he's coming back to Ontario. Brett McDonald's farm is literally 8 minutes from ours. Harness AM, going to skip this week with her. She was a little flat the other day. Then they called and said, we're only going to use one class. Which one do you want, Path of Totality and Harness AM? I said, Harness AM was a little flat the other day. Let's give her a week off to relax. So we're going to go with Path of Totality first. Harness AM will race next week. Leading into Path of Totality, who was very good the other day in the race. 3rd, beat fair and square by 2 decent fillies. She, to say she'll be bet down would be an understatement on Wednesday. Back up a little bit. I missed 2 horses to start with. Arctic Force, although he was 6th, raced great the other day. I told you guys that he had a little sand crack. It was bleeding. It was sore. We had to put a window bar on him. Let's see how he races. I talked to Mark about him after. He said, yeah, he was 6th, but he was closing in. He said, he'll come. You can tell that foot's bothering him a little bit, but he'll come. I suspect he'll be better his next start. So he must have paced 54-2, 54-1. But race good in doing it. We'll come back with him next week. Bottle of Red. She's got the rail on. I'm driving her. I think it's Wednesday, but it doesn't matter. I think it's Wednesday. Bottle of Red, race good, first over her first start back. Her first start at the Meadows. Tony Hall drove her for Tim. And I'll be driving Bottle of Red this coming week. Just for me and you, unfortunately, got a line in her foot. She's done for the season. We're going to take her back home. I think Felix is looking to actually buy the remainder of the shares of this filly and keep her. She did good for Felix, and unfortunately, she was a winner in her last start, and then come up a little bit sore after. So very similar injury to the one White Tiger had at the end of his 2-year-old season. Just a little bit of time. They'll come back. Sebastian Yu is racing Monday. Now, I am a little concerned. We did school him the other day, and he did scope with some mucus and a couple of flecks of blood on Thursday. Be able to dry him up, clean him up for Monday's race, I hope. I suspect he'll be fine. We'll see on Monday. And then not too many horses sharper than Beach Boutique. Why is B after S? I really got to fix this list. Beach Boutique, 3 in a row for her. She was absolutely fantastic the other day. Now, this is 3 wins in a row. Nobody hotter than Beach Boutique at the stable right now. She fits that class for at least 1, if not 2 more starts, and then we'll make a decision what we're doing after that. But for right now, Beach Boutique has been very, very good for Tim. Now, I would have to also add Spirit of Dio to the list. She's gone over to Tim. She's going to race Tuesday from the rail. We'll see if we can get her back on track. And then another big name for the stable is going to make her tightener for the Ohio Sires final in the Meadows on Tuesday, and that's Globetrotting. She trained great the other day. Can't wait to race Globetrotting over the Meadows on Tuesday afternoon. So that's Tim's barn. All the barns are done now. Pretty big week for the stable. I was pretty excited and pretty happy to see how everything is moving forward. You know, we had a couple little hiccups, some speed bumps along the way. That happens. No massive setbacks for the most part to speak of last week. I suspect last week's luck will roll into this week, I hope. So we'll see how that turns out over the next 7 days. Anyway, we got the sale on Tuesday. I am looking at a couple of horses. We'll see how that shakes down on Tuesday. But the big sale, the one everybody's talking about, at least from our stable, is most definitely the Ohio Select sale. That takes place a month after that, or I guess a little less than a month after that. We've been looking at a number of horses. Next Thursday afternoon, I'm going to Dublin Valley in up an hour from Northfield, an hour south of Northfield. After that, hopefully we'll head our way down to Columbus. I'll get another look, get a look at Springhaven, LMN. Those are 2 Midland Acres. That should do it for most of the consignments in the stables. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but hopefully we can get them all in before the sale. I have a list right now of horses I'm very, very interested in. A number of people have asked. I'm happy to send you the email telling you who they are. Gonna try and keep it under my hat for now, though. Anyway, that's it for the videos. I appreciate all the kind messages all week. Well, obviously, we're working hard, and it is paying off. A great day in Sarnia yesterday. Again, can't have a perfect day. We did have a few little stumbles, a few little hiccups, but for the most part, a great day had by all. We'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you did have a great weekend, and I hope you have a better week coming up. Take care.